Howdy there, this is Rudy Cowboy from Ultraman Central, and today I want to talk about a theory of mine. I believe that the universe that Ultraman 1966 took place in was formed with another universe. Okay, so here's why I believe this. It doesn't make any sense of how the original Ultraman takes place in the 90s, and yet the sequel takes place in the 70s? And still recall the events of Zeton vs. Ultraman in the original 1966 series. It's a huge retconning, but we need an explanation of how it was retconned. Okay, so I do have a theoretical answer that could probably make sense. It's called science. When two galaxies collide, it is theorized that they will become one and form more stars and different gravitational differences, which may have bent time, making it an ultimate galaxy with a new span of age being born as basically the primal age. So it's not the 1970s nor the 1990s in The Return of Ultraman, it's the year 1. But to the humans, half of it is based on the 70s, while the other half is based on the 90s, which is unbalanced. So it makes sense that, logically, the Return of Ultraman takes place as a reset of events that happened in the original Ultraman, but they are still acknowledged because they still happened. It's just not relevant to the new age of this galaxy's history anymore, which is probably why Jack was sent in the first place, to meet the reset events of the first meeting meant to happen to this galaxy that collided with the other galaxy to be this new galaxy. So basically, like when Ultraman arrived for the first time to face off Bemular, that still happened, but it became irrelevant as the galaxy is created as a new galaxy. Therefore, a new history is created, and this time, quote-unquote, Ultraman is sent, quote-unquote, again to fight his new reboot first kaiju for the first time. I guess. Astron and Takon. And we're referring to Ultraman Jack, but it's a metaphor for what he's supposed to replace, Ultraman. So, this basically explains why it's called The Return of Ultraman and never gave Jack a name until the 80s, because overall he's a separate Ultraman, not the original, so we had to give him a name somehow. Either way, he resembles a paradox of the 1966 Ultraman, so this dawns the question, is Ultraman Jack an alternative version of Ultraman? Kind of like how Ultraman Trigger is to Ultraman Tiga. It's a kind of unique background if that's the case, but honestly, I wouldn't like it. I would like Ultraman Jack to not be a repeat of a paradox to the original Ultraman and just still be his own Ultraman, and that would be pretty cool, because this is just way too confusing if this would be the case. And that's kind of the problem with my favorite Ultraman series, The Return of Ultraman, is that it retcons the heck out of the original Ultraman series, and it's very annoying and confusing, and sometimes it makes you kind of want to cringe about how it's canon, but hey, at least it's a good series. Either way, if this is the case or not, I can see truly why Tsuburaya never talks about this, just because of how confusing it is. So anyways, tell me what you think down in the comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear your take. Until then, this is Rudy Cowboy from Ultraman Central, and I am going to be signing off, and I will see you all later.